Adrian dominates Olivet in a 59-27 win in a game that truly was never that close, to be completely honest with you. I did talk about that in the preview of this game. Obviously, don't love talking about that just because both of these teams are in the same Michigan. Obviously, appreciate both of these teams, appreciate their support. Don't necessarily love talking bad about any team, but this game wasn't truly ever close. You had an Adrian team that at one point was up 45-0 in the beginning of the third quarter. You have Olivet scoring their first points with 4:25 left to go. And then they end up putting up about 27 points total, end up getting their last touchdown with 6:13 left to go in the game. But obviously, when you have such a commanding lead, obviously you're going to be able to play a lot of your guys. Now, it did seem like this Adrian team did have quite a few stars, or at least a couple of their stars did score a touchdown at the end of this game. One of those stars, Ethan Abberger, had an 86-yard pass from Noah Boudre. Noah continues to be great for Adrian. He had 4 touchdowns in this game. He went 22 for 28, 396 yards, almost 400 yards through the air. And obviously, a lot of those did go to Ethan. He had 216 yards on this game, 1 touchdown. You also have Braiden Whitaker, 5 receptions, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then you truly have, in my opinion, no disdain or no discrediting at all Noah Boudre, because he was absolutely fantastic in this game. But you have to give a lot of credit and love to Trey Brueggemann. Sorry if I completely botched your name. 4 touchdowns in this game, all on the ground, 107 yards, 98 net overall. But not only did he do it on the ground, he had 4 receptions, 79 yards, and 1 touchdown. He scored 5 touchdowns in this game. He was worth 35 out of 59 points for Adrian. He outscored Olivet by himself. Like, that is insane. Like, if you talk about kind of the game of maybe someone's life, I think you really need to truly point to this one for him. Maybe he has a better performance in his life. I don't necessarily know all his stats he's ever had, but this is a guy that had almost 200 yards of offense by himself, 5 touchdowns, was involved through the air and on the ground. And then you also had Ethan that was just dominating at the wide receiver position. 216 yards by himself. Like, this offense from Adrian was just able to do whatever they truly wanted to. And that's what happens when you go up against a defense that has struggled. Like I talked about in the preview of this game, this Olivet defense has struggled. They've allowed a lot of yards. They've allowed a lot of points. And this Olivet offense isn't even that bad at all. Like, you have a guy in Carter Leatherwood that had 5 receptions, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns for this Olivet team. You also have to talk a little bit about their starting quarterback and Charlie Grant. He had a pretty good game. 3 touchdowns, 222 yards, only 1 interception. This Olivet offense is good. Like, it's good enough to win you games. It's just truly when it comes to defense, this team so far has struggled mightily. And I don't really think anyone would argue that whatsoever. Now, obviously, when you're going up against a team like Adrian with kind of the talent that they have, the weapons that they have, the quarterback that they have, the running backs, obviously, that they have, that causes issues and that truly causes teams to struggle. So, is it a surprise that Adrian dominated? No, it is not. I called that in the preview. I thought that Adrian was going to be a team that would come in, handle business, and get a lot of guys opportunities to play in this game. And you truly saw that, especially when it came to defensively, because you had multiple guys in this game that were able to at least get 1 total tackle. Like, you have a guy in Liam Carey, 5 tackles in this game. You have a guy in Maddox Woods. He only had 2 tackles in this game. You have starters on this Adrian team that didn't probably even play a full game because of kind of the lead and what happened in this game. And unfortunate that comes to what Olivet did in this game. And unfortunate because of that, Adrian just was able to handle business. And this Adrian team had multiple sacks on the day. Mike Boothnill, Chris Jackson, Andrew Van Dyke, Caden Mullen, Nicholas Dixon, Cornelius Johnson, and Liam Carey all had either a sack or a half sack on this game. That is a lot of guys. That is a lot of defenders getting in the backfield. And this Adrian team truly is continuing to do exactly what they need to do to compete for an MIAA championship. And you started 1-0, and that's exactly what you needed to do. You needed to come out of this game with a win. You needed to come out of this game with a ton of confidence. That's exactly what this Adrian team has going for itself, and I think that this is going to get a little bit more difficult for them because they're going to be playing an Albion team that's going to be a lot better, in my opinion, than Olivet. I think Olivet obviously had times where they're able to score late in this game where you don't have necessarily all your stars in at that point, but now Adrian looks to their future and looks to hopefully competing for the MIAA championship. They have Albion, Kelvin, and then Hope up next. So we'll see what Adrian can do. Obviously, Olivet needs to come away from this, try to learn some things, try to get better defensively. If they don't get better defensively, it's going to be a long season, and it's already probably been a long season for them. Unfortunately, don't love to see that. Would love to see success for Olivet. Would love to see success for that program. But it's been a rough year so far. Haven't won a single game. And defense is going to have to continue to be worked on. Offense, I think it's there. I think you have enough offensively that you can get the ball to your skill position guys. But truly, the defense is where it lies. And Adrian was able to do whatever offensively it wanted to do, which is the reason why it was 45-0 early on in the third quarter. So, unfortunate for Olivet, but good win for Adrian. Absolute domination. Now they look forward to what they have in the future. But yeah, hopefully you liked this recap. Obviously not a ton to go into, and it's just that's the way the score was. Just that's the way the game truly started. But if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let your friends, family, all of them know, because absolutely we'll be doing more Adrian football in the future, and maybe even a little bit more Olivet as well.